Introducing the blue corner at 5'10", weighing in 155.4 pounds as a professional. He stands undefeated at 5-0, fighting out of Eugene and Portland, Oregon. Introducing Brent Primus. And across the cage, his adversary, fighting out of the red corner. At 6 foot, he weighed in 155.8 pounds as a professional. He brings 12 victories, just 1 defeat. Fighting out of San Diego, California, introducing Derek Barbaric Anderson.
Are you ready? Fight!
Brent Primus immediately feels the canvas. We've seen Derek Anderson beat Patricky Pitbull, knocked out Brandon Gertz, one of the most memorable knockouts you'll ever see with that knee when Gertz should have zigged and he zagged and got knocked out. Fight Clock brought to you by Miller Lite, the original Pilsner. Cheers, it's Miller time.
What impressed me so much about Derek Anderson in the Patricky Pitbull fight is he had no hesitation standing toe-to-toe and trading with the hard-hitting, at that time much more experienced Patricky Pitbull. You see that confidence tonight. He'll stand in and trade with anyone.
When you are stepping up in class, Jimmy, as Brent Primus is, are you hesitant because you're stepping up in class, or are you undefeated? You haven't tasted defeat.
Did you train with top-level guys? That is what fills you with confidence. You may not have fought a guy like Derek Anderson, but you better train with him. Good job getting both hooks in. Derek Anderson using that height, not going to the floor, staying on his feet.
You don't see a lot of lightweights that stand as tall as Derek Anderson.
Nope.
He's a 6-footer, but he looks 6'2" the way he carries himself.
Stands very tall, but he's in trouble now.
Big trouble.
How do you get rid of the height advantage? Take the guy down, make it a grappling match.
I asked Derek Anderson about Brent Primus. He says he does some good things. He's got good ground skills, but he's not going to get there. He got there.
And that's a beautiful transition. A lot of fighters would have ended up losing position there, and he's hunting for an armbar. Trying to isolate the left arm of Derek Anderson. Both fighters have shown where they are dominant.
Back to the closed guard.
Look at that rubber guard. Yep, trapping the right arm.
What's the advantage of rubber guard versus closed guard?
You're really good at trapping an arm. It's really good at keeping the guy down. The problem is the guy can always slip out pulling back that way. Rubber guard is a real commitment to that guard position. It's hard to scramble out of there.
As if there was any confusion about where Derek Anderson wants this fight. Good left lead.
But you notice as he throws, Derek Anderson doesn't tuck his chin. It stays very high. He's vulnerable to that counter left hand. You see Primus trying to throw it. That's a tactical mistake. Derek Anderson can't do is let himself get bullied to the fence. That was just too easy for Primus. Beautiful transition to the back.
Primus 5-0, 4 of those 5 wins by submission. This has been a very strong first round here for him, stepping up in class.
Every fighter knows you're going to have this step-up fight. But Bellator wants to know where you are.
Primus, a student of Rickson Gracie.
Going to be a student of somebody. That's a good one to be.
Good start.
Lion of the Gracie family. See that body triangle, that's a great technique against a taller opponent. Now going to the armbar. He's got it isolated. Putting his hips in, but Anderson, good movement on the escape.
Harder, the longer the round goes, more sweat on the body, harder to hold that.
Problem with the submission-heavy game is if you can get out and stand up, it's not like eating a lot of punches. Derek Anderson's still very fresh. It's like resetting, you gotta start all over again.
Shoots and ladders when you have to go back down to the bottom. That's when you're a submission fighter. You don't want to go back to the start. That was good left by Primus. swinging wildly. Not the first round he expected or planned for. Eye-opening round one here for the undefeated Brent Primus.
Primus showing that he has tricks on the feet.
One right got through, and Primus has him right back on the fence. The undefeated Brent Primus stepping up in class and showing he belongs. A very impressive performance in round number one.
That's right. Back taking a look at this transition. A lot of fighters have been shoved off. Look at the balance of Brent Primus staying on top. He gave up that top position, trying to hunt for the armbar. And transitioning here for the arm. That is veteran jiu-jitsu. Is I know I'm going to lose this position. If I'm going to lose it, I want to give it up for something else. Transitioning to the armbar. Didn't get it, but good movement by Brent Primus.
Round number two after an impressive round number one.
That's the thing about having the height advantage of Derek Anderson. He tends to fight really aggressively and kind of take away that height advantage. If you're the taller fighter, he only has a half-inch reach advantage. Use that length, make your opponent come to you. Derek Anderson doesn't do that. He wades in, throwing a lot of strikes, very aggressive, but it lets a shorter fighter get a clinch easily, just like Brent Primus is doing right now. There's no bad build for MMA. It's how you use your build.
Who has the advantage in this situation?
In a clinch situation where Brent Primus is against the fence, it's Derek Anderson. He's taller, he has the longer knees, elbows over the top.
You see Brent Primus is gaining confidence, went for the spinning back fist.
Derek Anderson very aggressive with his punches.
Primus is now, and they haven't been the most technically efficient punches, but he's getting him back where he wants it.
What you're not seeing effectively from Derek Anderson's footwork. When he moves back, he moves straight back to the fence like he's sprinting backward. He has to angle. When you're the shorter fighter, you want your opponent against the fence, and Derek Anderson's been easy to push against the fence. That's why he's in the position he's in now.
Primus had two hooks in earlier, he's going for the same thing now.
Body triangle.
That's pretty cool we said that at the same time.
Hey, isn't it? Isn't it?
A little mind meld.
You've been doing your homework, buddy.
I wonder how much homework Derek Anderson did on Brent Primus.
It's true. Well, that's the way to get out of the body triangle, is put your weight on the side in which it's attached.
Why?
Because it puts pressure on the foot. It's easier to unlock that way. Now, Brent Primus, the standard hooks situation, having both hooks in is harder to do when you're the shorter guy. That's why Derek Anderson able to turn around the way he did.
Nice elbow. Yeah, he fought through the guard to get the good right elbow in.
And Brent Primus giving up his defense on that side to work for the armbar. That's the trade he's making, but he's taking right hands.
We've seen that with Marcin Held on several occasions. Wow, that's a third one and a fourth.
He's hurt.
Primus in big trouble now. He can't keep taking those shots.
Going back to the rubber guard. Trying to isolate that right arm. As Derek Anderson knows, you can pull straight out and back. That's how you beat rubber guard in that position.
He's gonna have a rubber chin after taking those shots.
Yep. Once again, that commitment to the arm. I mean, by putting his arm under the leg, he's committing to the left arm of Derek Anderson. It leaves him vulnerable to the right-hand punch.
Saw him just desperately pull him back into the guard. Trying to eliminate the distance that Derek Anderson's looking for.
You see Derek Anderson has the opportunity to stand up. He's not taking them. He's confident now in his ground and pound, his ability to escape submissions.
There's the dangerous moment, that split second when you escape.
Anderson, submissions don't get easier. You know, guys get more slippery, you get more tired.
Anderson Anderson landed 4 big elbows from this position earlier here in round 2.
Now in triangle position.
Cream starting to rise here for Derek Anderson in the second round.
Close but legal. That's a good non-call by the referee. Jason Herzog saw he was back up on his feet.
Footwork better now for Derek Anderson?
It's when he's under duress that he hasn't shown good footwork. It's when Brent Primus is coming at him that he's gone straight back. His offensive footwork has been all right.
Derek Anderson has been in the Bellator cage with the elite in this division. Caught by surprise in round number 1 by the undefeated Brent Primus, but he is taking control here in round 2. 10 minutes in the books, an impressive 10 for both.
Right, Brent Primus in the guard working for submissions, but giving Anderson the ability to posture up and get range for that short elbow, the short forearm, a lot of right hands, great ground and pound in round number 2 by Derek Anderson, almost all on the right side.
Fighter, you ready? Fighter, you ready? Fight!
Third round, this should decide it. We'll turn to Jimmy. Scorecard brought to you by the Transporter Refuel, rated PG-13 in theaters and IMAX September 4th.
I have it all tied up, 19-19. Thought Primus out-grappled Anderson in the first round, but Anderson, great ground and pound in round number 2.
Only one of 13 pro fights for Derek Anderson who gone the distance. Remember, this is the first time Brent Primus has been in the second round, let alone the third. Primus again looking for the back.
Anderson doing a good job of hanging on to that leg. Now, one submission that does get easier as a round progresses is the guillotine. It's a little easier to slip that arm under the neck.
You were saying?
That's what he's going for now. He's committed to it. Great job, Derek Anderson getting over the guard. Didn't go for the traditional defense. Just put his knee through the guard. Great escape.
Using that length.
Yeah, chokes like the rear naked, the guillotine, they get a little bit easier in the third round as your opponent gets more slippery. The arm just slides right underneath the chin.
Brent Primus turned pro in 2010. He spent 11 minutes and 40 seconds total in the cage in his 5 pro fights. He's about to hit 11 minutes and 40 seconds in this fight alone.
Beautiful job transitioning to mount. Didn't throw a single punch. All he cares about is the submission. Didn't try to soften him up. Made the transition to the back, now going for the choke. This has been a very close fight. Derek Anderson has to know that he needs this third round, and so far it's been Brent Primus.
You get a great grappler in a tied fight going into the third round. You get him to the ground, he can run 2 or 3 minutes off that clock.
And that's the problem. I was about to say, he's transitioned to the armbar. He shouldn't have done that. Should have held on to the position, milked the clock a little bit more, showing a little bit of inexperience here.
Now a gamble because he escapes this armbar. They're back on their feet.
And the armbar is not tight.
And Derek Anderson is back on top where he did all his damage at the start of the second round.
Love or hate it, a world-class jiu-jitsu guy would have held on to that back position and milked the clock a lot more before he transitioned for a position that was that easily escapable.
Big gamble in a tied fight with 2.5 to go.
Exactly. You got to appreciate those finishing instincts. He went for it.
We're 2 minutes away from a very difficult decision for the judges.
Exactly. He's staying very tight with that guard, now opening it up, looking for a sweeping position.
Primus trains with Dave Jansen, trains with Cowboy Cerrone.
Now locking up the Kimura, and he lets it go immediately. Didn't even try to crank it. Going for it again. You have to remember, even if he doesn't get it, he's showing he's trying to win the fight.
Right.
That's important in a close round like this. So far, Derek Anderson hasn't done much in this third stanza.
Derek Anderson, that lightweight division is so crowded. A setback here is a huge setback with the names you have in front of you on that list. Several of whom we'll see later tonight live on Spike. Anderson wants the final minute standing.
The problem is with Brent Primus out grappling him early in this round, does Derek Anderson need a finish? Good left hand by Primus.
This is going right down to the wire.
Oh, nice knee. The question coming in is, would Primus have the gas for a long fight? He is fighting hard in this last 30 seconds.
And in this ultra-deep lightweight division in Bellator, we may have a new name to talk about in another 18 seconds.
Oh, nice.
Final 10. A very close, very intense fight. Derek Anderson and Brent Primus both had their chances, but it goes to 15.
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance, we'll now go to your three cage-side judges. Your first judge, Jackie Dinkin, scores the fight 29-28, seeing it for Anderson. Your second judge at cage-side, Chris Crail, sees the fight 29-27, seeing it for Primus. Your third and final judge, Michael Bell, scores the fight 29-28 for the winner by split decision and still undefeated Brent Primus.
An upset for the undefeated Brent Primus. This one truly could have gone either way, but he earned it with that strong first round. Brent Primus goes to 6-0, a new name on that long list in the lightweight division.
Cool. What's up, you guys? Love you guys. No fight. Sorry.